Hi, I'm Angie and welcome to part 9 of my What are Nibs and what can I make with them series. Today I want to show you a recipe of my grain-free granola with cacao nibs. I want to guide you through my chocolate making process. I'm starting with the raw bean. And those are raw beans. My first step is I roast them. I'm roasting in a coffee roaster because I'm roasting in very small batches. After roasting, I have to crack the beans because what we want is inside of the bean and we don't want the shell around. I'm cracking with a regular juicer. Right now, you can also crack them with your hands. I did that for a long time, but I grated up to a juicer. And if you crack them, you will have the cacao nib and the husk. We don't want the papery husk outside. It will have a negative impact on the smoothness and the flavor of our chocolate. So that's why we want to get rid of it, at least of a lot of it. Now this is the husk, papery thin, and this is the nib. That's what we want. Step 3 is separating the husk from the nibs. And this is called winnowing. I have kind of a machine that's called a winnower, and what it basically does is it sucks the husk away from the nibs because the husk is lighter than the nibs. I will take the nibs for our step 4 and refine them. This means a mill reduces the particle size. I add nibs, cacao butter and sugar. Those are the only 3 ingredients that goes into my dark chocolate. And let it refine for a couple of hours. The mill is not only grinding down our particles. This is also a very important step for flavor development. Oxidation and evaporating of volatile acids are the main key player here to develop our flavor. After our chocolate is smooth, we have to temper it. Now what is tempering? That's our step 5. Chocolate is polymorph. This means when we melt chocolate, it can recrystallizes or set into 5 different stages. But we only want one special stage. To get to this stage, we have to follow a certain temperature procedure. If we stick to this procedure, our bars will be shiny and they will snap when we break it, and that's what we want. There are a couple of different methods how you can temper chocolate, but I will talk about that in a later episode. After tempering, we mold our bars, we let them set and package them. That's pretty much it. That's how I make chocolate. That's it for part 1 of this video. Let's go over to the recipe. We start with 200 grams of coconut flakes, 100 grams of almond meal, 50 grams of chopped pecan, 50 grams of pumpkin seeds, 100 grams of sunflower seeds, and we need 100 grams of my cacao nibs, and of course almond butter. I use a stevia syrup, but of course you can either use honey or any other kind of syrup. I tried to mix everything with a whisk, but I was way too impatient, so I just used my hands and kneaded everything by hand till everything comes together a little bit more. And then put everything on a tray. We do 4 cycles. Each cycle is about 15 minutes at 125 degrees Celsius, and after those 15 minutes we have to turn around everything a little bit, and we do that 4 times. So every 15 minutes we turn around the granola. And 3rd round, so all in all it will take you an hour, maybe a little bit longer. And the last round. It gets less and less moist and it darkens more. And after 4 cycles we are done. I love to use granola with yogurt and berries. But of course you can also just eat it straight out of the jar. Thanks for watching my video and hit the subscribe button.